What's up, Facebook land? Joshua Elder here. How's everybody doing tonight on this beautiful Thursday night? I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to jump on here. But as you know, the title of this video is all about the invisible power that's allowed me to have a high amount of success online, build a highly profitable business, and it's not what you're probably used to hearing. Now, I know I teach a lot of strategies and tactics on this fan page, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to dig a bit deeper today into why I've been able to create, that's a hint by the way, why I've been able to create such massive success online for the past 5 years. So going to give you guys a little background, a little backstory on the history of my life. We're not going to go too much into detail because I know you guys want to get into the content, but this is important because one of the first things that you should always ask yourself is who should I listen to and who am I listening to? Because there's a lot of people, a lot of so-called gurus on the internet, and are they actually practicing what they're preaching? Are they really getting the results that they're saying that they're getting? And so you really want to do your research when it comes to different people online, including myself, right? You can go over on my YouTube channel, just go to youtube.com, type in Joshua Elder. I got tons of resources, tons of training. I document pretty much most of my income over there. And just in the past about 50 days now, I've brought in $49,000 in my business, which is pretty dang cool. And that's not to brag or to boast, but to show you guys what I'm about to reveal to you today, you can apply in your life, in your business, and start generating results regardless if you've never made a dime online before, regardless if you dropped out of high school, regardless of your current background and education level, you can definitely do this. So today I want to talk about the driver that really drove me to start building a business online. And this is probably the most important thing that you're going to hear because I see a lot of people in online business come and go. And it's not because of the system, right? A lot of people like join systems with the wrong expectations, thinking they're going to make money overnight. But this one thing that I'm going to reveal to you is what pushes them forward and continues to push them forward. And to be an entrepreneur, online, offline, you have to be a little insane. You have to be willing to get knocked down, get hit in the face, get knocked down, get up again, and take more punches and keep getting knocked down. So what most people do is they get knocked down once or twice, maybe 3 times, and they quit. But a real entrepreneur, not a wantrepreneur, is somebody that gets up and they keep going because they have this one thing. They have a why. They have a reason why they're really, pushing forward and persevering when times get tough. So I'm going to encourage you to figure out your why and why you're really in business. If you're running a business, right? Whatever your goals are, what is the why behind your goals? Why are you looking to achieve those goals? And if you find that you're unmotivated every day, if you find that you have these goals and you kind of think you know what your why is, but you're not taking action, guess what? You got to dig a little bit deeper because your why is not deep enough. So I'm going to go back about 20 years, right? And I was about 10 years old and I really got into baseball. I was a pretty good pitcher, left-handed, lefty, tall, lanky, could throw really well. And my dad put me into, rec league and super league baseball. And he even went above and beyond. And not only did he get me private coaching lessons, but he pretty much set up my backyard to be like a mini baseball field, if you will. There was a batting cage. There was a net that I could throw a baseball at and catch the baseball. But guess what? Josh didn't really take advantage of it too well. I was pretty good at baseball, but I could have been great. But the only reason why I was pretty good was because I didn't have a deep why. My dad would always tell me, he'd sit me down, he's like, Josh, I've paid for all this stuff. I've paid for a batting cage. I've paid for Super League. I've paid for extracurricular coaching. I've paid for all these different things. But why aren't you doing anything? And I really couldn't understand why I wasn't taking advantage of that stuff. It was probably because of girls and friends and things that just happen when you're growing up. Like I wanted to be a teenager, right? I still worked pretty hard, but there was so much more that I could do. And he would always tell me, you got to have passion. You got to have passion. And I really didn't have passion. And by the way, if you guys are just jumping on, let me know in the comments where you're calling in from. Give me some likes, give me some hearts if you guys are getting some value from this so far. And if you're watching the replay, type replay in below. And also, don't forget to share this, okay? Go ahead and share this on your wall. Share this with somebody that can get some value from it. I know there's at least 1 or 2 friends on your Facebook wall that could probably get some value from this, so make sure that you do that. But my dad would always talk about having passion. And what I finally translated that to is having a deep why, really understanding on a deep level why you're doing something, right? So let's fast forward to, college, right? I went to college for a year. I dropped out. I played baseball for about a semester. And I just got burnt out. Like my why wasn't there. The fire wasn't there, right? I felt like I was being pushed versus being pulled towards what I, wanted to do. And baseball just wasn't it anymore. And so I ended up dropping out of baseball, actually dropping out of college because I started asking myself some really important questions. Why am I doing this? Why was I in college? Why did I want to get this business degree? Why did I want to do it? And I was like, you know what? I have no idea what I want. Have no idea. But I do know I want to make money, right? I want to live on my own terms because I watched my dad every single day. He would get up early hours in the morning. He was a construction contractor, specifically a tile contractor. And he would get up every day and like clockwork, regardless of how late he stayed up. He'd get up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and go to work. So, I saw that he had a deep why, but I also saw what I didn't want to do. He taught me work ethic, but I didn't want to work in the construction industry. I wanted to use my mind, right? And so I became open to the idea of entrepreneurship. So I started researching, online, different ways to make money, different ways to start a business. And at that time I was working at a jewelry store. And the further I went along working at that jewelry store, the more frustrated I got. The more I dealt with office politics, the more that I dealt with coworkers that I really wasn't a big fan of. I was spending 8 to 12 hours a day with people that didn't have my best interest at heart. And eventually at some point, that was the why. Like the pain was so bad enough at my job, I was willing to do whatever it took to write my own paycheck, to call my own shots. And it wasn't just that. Sometimes our motivation can be motivation from like a bad place. It could also be from a good place. Like a good place could be you're motivated to make more money because of your family, because of your kids, right? Because you want to better yourself. But my motivation, part of my motivation was I had some really tough breakups in my early 20s. And because of that, I thought like, okay, this person broke up with me because I'm working a retail jewelry job. They broke up with me because I'm not making enough money. And so this really dug deep into my soul, and like it motivated me like no other. Like, hey, I'm going to prove these women wrong. I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to build the most successful business that they're going to be sorry that they didn't stay with me, right? And it could have been like a completely different reason as to why they broke up with me, but like that's what I put in my mind. So that was part of my why. And so the moral here is like, when the pain is bad enough or the pleasure is great enough, that's when you'll take action. That's when you'll change your life. But for me, I was like searching for something for so long in my high school career, from being a teenager to being, from 10 years old all the way up to my early 20s, like I didn't have that passion. I didn't have that why. And I had to look inside myself and I had to really find out what it was. So if you're somebody that has maybe joined an opportunity in the past, I know most of you guys that are on these lives, I teach a lot of affiliate marketing. And so you're looking to build a business online. So that's what I kind of use as an example. But a lot of you guys, you're looking to build a business online. You're looking to have some success, but you've been joining thing after thing after thing, struggling and spinning your wheels. I'm going to tell you, it's not the system. 99% of the time, it's not the system. It's you. It's you, and you got to take responsibility for that. You've got to dig deep inside yourself and find out what your why is, because you're going to hit brick wall after brick wall trying to build your business, but it's that why that's going to get you up and it's going to keep you going. Like, you're going to become resourceful. You're not going to rely on a mentor. You're not going to rely on anything outside of yourself, because the pain's so bad enough. You're willing to break through walls. You're willing to find the answers on Google. You're willing to do whatever it takes. And that's what I did. So I get a lot of people that want me to do things for them, and I'm actually doing them a disservice. And if I'm always doing things for them, then they're always going to be relying on me. So God forbid, if something happens to me, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to rely on yourself. So why not be resourceful right now? Why not learn things that you need to learn right now to be self-sufficient? Because that is the true secret. The problem with people, especially in the United States, they're like just comfortable enough. And it's sad. It's like, I could see a lot of you, and if you were living in poverty, you would be a lot more successful, a lot faster. But because you're comfortable and you don't know what that deep why is, you're doing nothing every single day. You're not being pulled by your vision. You're not being pulled by your goals. Sorry about that. Had a call, but you feel like you're being pushed, and you're like having to, every day you're having to, like, oh my gosh, I got to do a Facebook Live today. I really don't want to. You know, I have to do a YouTube video. I have to make a post. I have to send out an email. And if you're thinking that way, like you have to do it and it's becoming a job, your why's not deep enough. You haven't done the inside work required. So this is the invisible power. This is the invisible success, or the invisible attribution to my success on the internet, is that, like, now my why, it's not women, right? I got a fiance, but now it's bettering myself, and it's for my, future children, right? And it's truly because I really want to help people. Like, that's my new purpose. Not just helping myself, not just proving an ex-girlfriend wrong, but like really because I want to help people. So the moral of the story is number one, read Simon Sinek's Start With Why. Every successful person has a deep why. Number two, like, figure out what that why is. Figure out what it is that pushes you. Don't be impatient figuring it out, but you might want to meditate maybe 15 minutes every morning. Figure out what that is. And for a long time, my first 4 years of being successful online, I didn't even know what my why was until I really looked back, and I'm like, wow, my why was just, it was kind of like the wrong motivation, but it was still motivation, right? John says he's listening to that right now. It's a great, great, great book, man. So pick it up either at the bookstore, Amazon, Audible. Check it out. I'm signing off for tonight. Again, if you guys enjoyed the value of this live, please share it. Please do that. I know there's a lot of people in your world that could probably get some value from it, regardless if they're going for a business goal or whatever they're looking to accomplish. I know that this can definitely help. What's up, Daniel? Great to see you on, my man. Hope you're out there hustling, doing big things. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you guys. Again, I'm going to keep going live every day on this fan page. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. See, it's one of those things, like I started with YouTube. Got over, about 34,000 subscribers on YouTube. Took some time, right? But I was willing to put in the work because the why is deep enough. I was willing to wake up, and because I didn't get subscribers yesterday, and I've only had 3 views yesterday, that's not stopping me from moving forward, because I know my why, and I know that results are in the progress of whatever you're doing. Nothing is just going to happen overnight. Yeah, you can get some quick results, but if you want longevity, do the inside work, take daily action, and you'll change your life. So appreciate you guys. Have a good night. And also, if you're looking to build an online business from complete scratch, and you want me to dig deeper on, not just the psychology of building an online business, but you want to learn affiliate marketing, you can go to joshelder.com/bonus. That will take you to a bonus page. That's my #1 recommended system that I've used to generate just about $50,000 in the past 50 days, which is pretty awesome. And that's profit because I do 99% free advertising. So hope you guys enjoy this again, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.